The following program is a presentation of BJS Productions and RNJSports.com.
You're listening to the Major League Baseball Power Hour. Here's Artie Alderando and Ben Small.
Welcome, Major League Baseball fans, to the Major League Baseball Power Hour with your hosts Ben Small and Artie Alderando, the show where the game's biggest names and brightest stars take center stage. Derek Jeter giving us some perspective as to what it was like to end the 0-for-32 streak he was mired in throughout the month of April.
Derek, you do look a little more relaxed, and I know it's been taxing, some of the things you said, just a streak you never wish on anybody, and it had to feel good.
It's good it's over with because you don't have to answer questions about it every single day, but in terms of how I feel pretty much the same as the plate as I did towards the end of that. In terms of personally, it's probably the biggest hit as it can get because like I said before, you don't wish that on anyone. It's kind of a long streak to go without a hit, so it definitely felt good.
It's always something else with Jason Giambi. If it's not, he's lost the weight. Oh, it's not the steroids. If it's not, my knees are bothering me. Oh, my ankle, this and that. Now he's got a bug? He's got a parasite now? Look, the bottom line is the Yankees paid a lot of money for Jason Giambi to come and hit home runs and be productive for the New York Yankees. And for the better part now of about a season and a half, he has been everything but that. Giambi has done absolutely nothing to endear himself into the Yankee fans' hearts right now. And I've tried to give him the benefit of the doubt for the last 2.5 years that he's been here. I can't do it anymore for Giambi. He has been anything but a money player.
Momentum is a big issue here, and people downplay that. This is not Stratomatic baseball. This is not, sabermetrician's delight. We're starting to see that at least the realists out there should be taking note that these Moneyball approaches need to go out the window in October because they don't work.
Right.
Even the Red Sox are playing little ball last night, bunting and stealing, and it worked for them.
Right.
They got a rally going, took the lead because Johnny Damon stole second. And Dave Roberts is running amok out there, getting Frankie Rodriguez's head on the mound. That's stuff that's not accounted for mathematically in statistics. That's a human element that the Bill Jameses of the world overlook.
Again, this is Roger Clemens. You're listening to the Major League Baseball Power Hour with Ben Small.
How much did what happened with the Olympic team not qualifying factor into your decision to come out of retirement?
Once I got home, I got a few more letters about it and a phone call. So, I took heed to that. I thought it might be fun. It'd be interesting, playing with, representing the country. And then, of course, we got knocked off. And so then I was pretty much in a relaxed mode and ready to, pick up like I always do in the off-season and with my foundation, with the kids, with the community, and start all that. And then, of course, Andy, the Astros signed Andy, and everything changed for me.
This is Andy Pettit of the Houston Astros, and you're listening to MLB Power Hour on WGBB Radio with Ben Small.
Mike Piazza, on the heels of setting the all-time home run record for Major League catchers.
Is there any kind of sense of relief now that's behind you, and maybe even almost a sense of closure now that you're playing as much first base as you have?
No, not really. I just, I feel like it's good to get it out. Like you said, just to achieve it, number one. But I never really felt like there's any closure to it. I just still feel like I have a lot to contribute at both positions, and I'm just looking to the next phase of my career with optimism, and I just want to do whatever I can to help the team win, and basically, looking forward to playing both positions.
2003 National League Championship Series MVP, Ivan Rodriguez.
And look at what we did. We beat we beat the Giants. The Giants supposed to be, supposed to win the whole thing. Supposed to be there in the World Series, and we beat them in 4 games. And then faced Pryor, Wood, Clemens, all those guys, and beat them in Chicago. And then going into New York. And beat the Yankees in Yankee Stadium to win the World Series. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Arizona, notorious for their money problems. I mean, that's what happens when you become a world champion within the first 5 years of your existence. There's a reason why that hasn't been the norm. And Arizona broke from the formula, that pre-existing expansion team formula of how to go about business-wise, at least, building a team, and they went out and they spent a lot, and they went out hard into the red, and they've been trying to rebound for a long time. Their attendance is down now, and they need to get some contracts off the books. Soriano and Blaylock and, Victor Martinez and Jack Wilson, lesser known guys, but guys who are really, they deserve attention. And if you're going to hand over the controls of the All-Star Game to Fox, the way Major League Baseball has done, seemingly 10 hours of watching baseball at Minute Maid Park over the past 3-4 days, I'm yet to hear the PA announcer for that stadium, because Joe Buck was announcing the player intros, and they're stopping the game, and Buck's going on the field, and Jeannie Zelasco is presenting. Baseball completely gave up everything, control of everything, to Fox to run that show. And you know what? Take a little bit of responsibility and pub some of these young guys as hard as you're pubbing Roger Clemens, because everybody knows who Roger Clemens is. He had his moment last year in the World Series. Throughout the entire season last year, we were genuflecting to Clemens, and this isn't bad blood. Clemens is a friend of the show. He was great with me when we interviewed him, and I wish him nothing but success. I hope he wins another Cy Young Award. I just think that some of that attention should be paid more to these question marks and these unknown guys, because that's how you promote the game in the youth.
Right, exactly. You use Clemens as the hook to get everybody in, and once you got them in there, tell them a little bit something about Alfonso Soriano that they don't already know. Tell them a little bit something about Michael Young that they don't already know, or Ted Lilly.
It would have been great for the kid to come up when they were winning, when they were in the thick of things. You have the luxury of having a spot available for this kid to come in and fill. It's not like you got an A-Rod over there or a Rollin or somebody who's impeding this kid's path to the majors. There's a spot available. The team was going through a stretch before they ran into this interleague blockade that feelings were good. They brought Reyes around to do his rehab and be around the team for that same purpose, to be around a winning environment, to experience New York when the feelings are good, and acclimate a youngster to the whole big league experience in a positive manner. It doesn't need to be a we have nothing else to lose situation. I think it could have been good when you had the luxury of having the space to fill like the Mets do and did. I think it would have been better for Wright to come to the majors and be around that environment.
Yeah, I think you're looking at, though, more of a standpoint of like what the Marlins did last year with Cabrera. What the Marlins did last year is they had very much, you look at it, the average age that the kids on that team was like 27 years old. In all intents and purposes, it was like a college atmosphere, minor league baseball atmosphere, where Cabrera can come in and not be intimidated at all. The Mets are a different kind of team. They don't have that kind of youth. They got a lot of veterans on that team, like a Floyd, like a Leiter and a Glavine, and they see a kid come up all of a sudden that they expect to get, significant playing time, and he struggles at the start. That could frustrate people like Mike Piazza. Whereas with the Marlins kind of looked at Cabrera when he came up here, like, well, we're all learning how to do this together, so yeah, sure, bring him up.
Sure. Most championship teams, though, you'll find, and you know this already, that it's a mix of the vets and the youngsters. And if you're a Piazza or a Floyd and you got a kid with that type of potential who's coming into your clubhouse and is making the road trips with you, it's one of those guys has to step up and be a leader and be a Mattingly to a Bernie type of personality and help the kid along. And if you're going to get frustrated at a youngster who comes in and has the potential to become a 35, 40 home run guy, then you're not doing your job. That's not helping the team. That's being selfish.
All the big names, all the big topics, and all the baseball you can handle. It's the MLB Power Hour